So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the 3 weakest legends in Apex. And we all probably know at this point, I mean, the title will kind of give it away, but for all of those who didn't know, obviously Loba, very, very terrible, I think, at the moment. Octane, really lacking in lots of ways. And I have to honestly say that Mirage is still there, kind of like one of the worst legends, although he is a lot better than, to be honest, than Octane and Loba as well. But he's still worth talking about, and some changes and some suggestions and things like that. So my name's Nightwolf44. Thank you for checking out the video. What I'm going to be doing today is just talking about each legend. Starting off briefly with Octane, I've done a video on him already, so I'm going to link that in the description a little below about the concept ideas that I have for him, and then I'm going to talk about Mirage and Loba as well. I'll do Loba first and then Mirage last, because he probably is the one that's lesser to talk about. But before I get into the main content of the video, do remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. Right, well, let's get into it. Okay, so starting off, as I said, with Octane. So for a legend, I have mentioned it before that he's very lacking in regards to team utility. I think that is his biggest fallback. In regards to solo element, he's very good, and he's very fun to play. I mean, do not get me wrong, he's a really fun legend to actually use and play. But when it comes to team viability, competitive, ranked, he can be okay if you've got a really strong player. But 9 times out of 10, you haven't. And he just runs off on his own, tries to take everyone out, and he doesn't really do or offer anything for the team, and he gets you and the team eventually killed. So I did suggest that there were some things regarding his jump pads, where he could offer kind of like a stem or a speed boost when teammates used it. I suggested that he could have it changed so that the jump pad is actually his L1 ability, and then they give him something else as his actually ultimate instead, to kind of compensate and, you know, change it up a little bit, because I do feel like the jump pad is just very lacking and not very good at all. But like I said, I talked about that in a lot more depth in regards to my concept video for Octane, so I'm going to link that in the description below. Check that out. That's got a lot more detail for him. I do feel like he definitely needs a buff, and I have heard, you know, kind of on the grapevine, that Season 7 he is going to be one of the more focused characters, and he is going to definitely get a long-awaited buff. So hopefully, you know, we're going to see him get actually made much more usable. You know, personally, from my point of view, I actually do want to use Octane a lot more, but I know full well that I do not offer a lot. If I'm playing on duos with my friend Viper or JHD, if I'm playing in trios with anyone, I feel like I'm just not offering that much. And I really, you know, it's just one of those things where I feel like it's a bit of a lack. And it's kind of a shame, because he's such a fun legend to play. But the next one then is Loba. Now, Loba to me, again, she just lacks. And she lacks in so many ways, it's untrue. You know, she is a character with a lot of personality. Very, you know, I like her voice lines, I like the way she's portrayed, I think she's interesting, she's got an attitude, she's got a lot of things that Apex Legends needs, and I think that's really awesome. I think where she really lacks is in regards to the ability. So, okay, we'll start off with Black Market. So, this particular season, they said, right, okay, we're going to lower the cooltime down to 3 minutes, which, you know, sounds really great. But, you know, for me, it's still too slow. So what happens is that, you know, you go into Black Market, everybody knows where it is, or anyone in the nearby proximity, and of course, it's very slow to ponderously try and search through the sort of items that are in the nearby area anyway, and realistically, you know, people can just, you know, grab what they want, but you can only grab 2, and so can Loba as well. Yes, she can take something from the vault, but realistically, you know, she can take 1 item now, the alarm goes off, it's just not very worth it unless you're just not a team player. So I feel like with the Black Market, I think that the loot pinata from the Dummy's Big Day would be a much better kind of element, where she just throws a load of random loot kind of up in the air, and it kind of drops on the ground. I think that would be a really good thing for Loba, because again, you're still getting that loot element, but you're not kind of losing out on, you know, that amount of time it takes, because, you know, with the loot pinata, it is really good in that it was so random. With it gave syringes, it gave like shields, health, sometimes attachments, so there was definitely a good variation, and it really helped. And I think they really need to add that for Loba as a kind of like an ability, her ultimate, just to kind of change it up, because I just don't think Black Market is working. It's too slow. You have to like knock it down again. If you forget, other people can use it. And a lot of people do forget. It's very rare. I think like one Loba player I've seen actually remembered to take it down. And it's just like, you know, you're leaving loot for the enemy. Yeah, there might be no loot in the area, and sometimes that's a other problem is that there's no loot in the area, so someone places it down and there's just no loot to gain anyway. So again, it's very, very, very poor. Whereas the random loot really helps, and I think it's a good thing. I also think that the regards to the bangle or the bracelet, that is definitely a big thing as well, because from sort of like a team point of view, it's not going to offer much because it is really for Loba herself. But, you know, if she needs it to get away sometimes or get up to higher places, I just feel like it's really, really slow. Now, my thoughts on that would be that maybe you decrease the amount of range that bracelet can go. So, kind of like Wraith's ability, you have it within a certain radius that she can, you know, kind of get away from. But the animation and everything else is a lot quicker. So when she throws it, she can still maybe move and shoot while it's in motion. But, you know, it's a lot quicker. And, of course, you know, like anything, she's not going to be able to totally get away or totally get up to places that maybe perhaps other people wouldn't. It has to be used a little bit more strategically, which is where I think that, you know, Loba is a character that should be used strategically. I think she really is someone that is needed to be used well. I don't think that she should be just, you know, a pick up an easy play character straight away, although a lot are in this game. I just feel like she really kind of needs those buffs. Her passive's okay. I mean, it's nothing special, but I don't think it really needs changing. So I just think that is kind of where she's at. If they can buff the speed of the bracelet, if they can like change the ultimate to the Loot Piada, I think that she would be in a much, much better place. Now, what do you think so far? Do you think that, you know, these should be changed? Is there any other ideas that you have for either Octane or Mirage so far? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always eager to hear, of course, you know, opinions and ideas and discuss them, because that's pretty much what is good about Apex. You know, I like discussing these things, and new ideas is always really fun. Okay, so the last one, of course, is Mirage. Now, again, I think with Mirage, he is one that is always needing to be updated a little bit, because I think that he does unfortunately get a little bit too predictable for a lot of people's point of view, and I think a lot of people have a little bit of an easier time kind of you know, pretty much reading the decoys, seeing what's happening, and kind of, you know, seeing which one is actually you. And of course it's very easy to, as always, as a Mirage player, start firing a little bit too early. People aren't confused, they haven't fired any other decoys, and of course they shoot you. But that is the player's fault, being honest, rather than actually the character. I think where the character needs improvements, and these are just little quality of life changes, other little things that would be useful. Personally, okay, so one is his passive. So his invisibility is really good when he goes, you know, kind of thing. I think they did nerf it, kind of like when Lifeline got her sort of little kind of buff or massive buff with regards to her passive to make her the best reviver in the game. And I'm okay with that. I mean, like, it annoyed me a little bit at first, but at the end of the day, I can kind of see why they did it. She's supposed to be the medic, Mirage isn't. It's kind of a shame because it was kind of unique to him, and I thought that was really cool. But I do think that when he goes invisible, when he's knocked down, that actually can be a bit awkward. Now, many a time I've had it where, you know, literally we can't see the Mirage, because Viper plays Mirage a lot. I can't see him, I can't revive him, and I think that there should be an outline for teammates to see when he's knocked down, but other enemy players cannot see him, and I think that would be really good. I do feel that his decoys need a boost in regards to being able to jump over walls, being able to kind of like be a bit more believable in their animations, maybe shooting some sort of like blank bullets or something like that to confuse the enemy a little more would be really good. And I do think that when, you know, someone shoots a decoy or two, there definitely needs to be something that, again, really kind of offers. Now, in the previous thing, I suggested like a reload sort of speed boost, so 1 second reload speed boost for every time that a decoy is shot. There could be something else with that, so, you know, you could shoot it and you could gain a bit more ammo in your gun. So instead of, you know, kind of like having to reload as quickly for every decoy that's shot, you know, it offers the team within a certain radius, it offers, you know, some ammo back into their gun so that then they can continue shooting, whereas the other people wouldn't, and that would kind of offer, again, a bit of a team benefit, rather than just saying, oh, sorry, you shot a decoy, there's a marker, but you knew that anyway. It's completely bland and completely pointless. So what do you guys think with regards to those ideas? I mean, these are some quick-fire ideas. I'll probably do more at some point when I come and think of them, and if you want to suggest anything else, then obviously do that as well. But that is the main bulk of the video. Anything else you'd like to see, drop it in the comments below. But otherwise, that is pretty much it. So never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. Thank you very much for tuning into the video. If you liked it, drop a like. If you want to subscribe for future content, then you are welcome to do so. That'd be amazing. But otherwise, I shall see you in the next video. You take care. Cheers now. Bye.